They're not at the minute, and they're not going to get any.
Well, they're not, but no, because of everything that we're talking about. Yeah. But this is the price that you pay. There's nobody leading the club. We have a distant owner who's obviously coming to see us in about 3 weeks' time. That'll be interesting, as has already been said. But I come back to, and this is nothing new. I've been saying this for a long time. The structure of this organisation is a long way towards why we are where we are today.
Andy Stevenson disagrees. He says surely the blame lies with Gareth for hiring a guy with no knowledge of the league and not giving him the appropriate guidance. Well, we don't know what guidance he's been given, but it does appear, there's been errors and mistakes made in recruitment. Chris Devlin, Gareth too. He said of Burt when we signed him that the fans are going to love this guy. I think I said that earlier on, And Andy Stevenson thinks that the whole thing is a shit show on and off the ice, and there's serious problems. I mean, I've kind of tongue-in-cheek called this podcast tonight right back where we started from, because it kind of feels that way. We went to our peak in, season 4, season 5, when we were second in the league. We were in Europe in season 5, and things just seem to have tumbled, and we seem to just be back, aside from the fact that we're pulling more people in, we did obviously in season 1, we seem to be kind of back on the ice where we started. Obviously it's not that much, not that much back to where we started from. It just feels that way. I talk to a lot of people at nights, particularly I had my 50th party the other weekend, but back at the rink again at the weekend, speaking to an awful lot of people who have just kind of dried up with the whole thing. And there's a lot of problems, I think, from the top to the bottom, but the people just don't want to know, do they? They just... as far as I'm led to believe, as long as the bums are on the seats, nobody's going to pay any bit of attention, particularly to what we say. Well, that's not true either. I was going to say what people don't pay attention to what we say, but they do, don't they? I mean, we know they do. I suppose I probably...
What, you mean us?
Yeah. I mean, there's reactions to this podcast regularly.
I don't think we should get ahead of ourselves. At the end of the day, all we're trying to do is reflect the opinions of the fan base and primarily our own opinions.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm not saying me, you, Stephen, Stuart, whatever. I'm just saying it's the only kind of voice, though, that is heard, isn't it? It's the only one. I mean, my problem with the Clan sort of media output is it's so sterile. It's so easy to predict every week what you're going to get from it. I mean, I'm not being overcritical. But I think we're not... You look at Sheffield, they don't care what the rest of the teams think about them. They just go and do what they do, and they win. We seem to be more concerned of how our image is like in social media. We seem to be more concerned with that than we are of just getting on the ice and winning. And there's no dissenting voices that are heard, apart from on social media, and apart from this sort of podcast where we'll represent what's coming across in social media. I mean, we're sitting doing it just now, going through Twitter with all the things that have been flung at us. So I'm not saying it's us, I'm saying it's the only kind of voice, or the loudest voice maybe, would that be fair? Kind of tied myself in knots here, but I know what I'm trying to say.
No, I know what you're trying to say, and I agree with you to a point. I mean, at the end of the day, there's plenty of folk out there who don't like what we do and don't agree with what we say, and that's fine. But that's what it's all about. And we went down the road before. Don't forget of inviting people like that onto our show, but they didn't want to come on. So it's left us and our people who join us on occasions like Stuart to have their say in whatever else. But hopefully we do reflect the opinion of the majority of the hockey fans that are out there. I mean, it's back to what we were talking about 2 weeks ago. The biggest problem here right now isn't necessarily the committed Clan hockey fans. You're still going to have these more casual fans, for the want of another expression, who are going to come to the games and what have you, and as long as they're entertained, then that's fine. But it's like what we're saying, more and more of these fans are becoming committed Clan hockey fans, and that's when they start to be disinterested in what's going on, that's when your problems really start. And that's, it's like I said, it's like we said at the start of the season, the club is at a crossroads, and we could have taken the right turn or the wrong turn, and at the moment, unfortunately, we've taken the wrong turn. Hopefully we can get back on track.
I mean, I just know the people I speak to, and I speak to a lot of people, and I'm only echoing what they say to me, most of them. most of them are saying the things that I'm saying. Not that I'm saying and they agree with me. I'm echoing what they're telling me and I'm listening to them and I'm agreeing with them. Do you know, so... And Richard Gillespie put a tweet in about the whole thing and he said, things won't change until crowds dwindle. Can't believe our signing policy is just to watch this. I don't understand it. But the point he's making is nothing's going to change until the crowds dwindle, and that's probably the case. You know,
but the big problem with that then is as soon as the crowds start falling, your budget starts falling,
for
and it's kind of like it's a cycle of we get worse, the budget gets worse, which means we get worse.
Yep. I mean, we made that point 2 weeks ago. You know, it's a tricky one because, you know, I mean, I've already said I'm not going to the Challenge Cup games. I didn't go on Wednesday. To be honest with you, I thought I would sit in the house and get ants in my pants. It didn't bother me at all. Don't get me wrong, I was glad to get back to the rink again on Saturday, but then I'd missed a game against Edinburgh as well because of that party, so I hadn't been for a couple of weeks and it was kind of fresh, and I kind of was more looking forward to it than I had been for a while. But, you know, it's a catch, you're absolutely right, Stuart, catch-22, you know. But I honestly, though, things ain't going to get better. I don't know. Well, better maybe is the wrong word. Things aren't going to change. Richard's absolutely right. Ricky's right. Things won't change unless people stop going. But I think that's already started to happen. Do you know what I mean? It's already not too much with season ticket. I mean, I paid with season ticket. If I miss a game, generally, they're not losing any money. You know, I'm talking more of the fair weather, people who just pick and choose their games. I mean, they're the people that I think will maybe the ones that will stop going. It's not so much even, Stephen, that we need to be winning. We just need to be competing, don't we?
Yeah, that's what I was saying in pre-season. Just give us something to care about. I don't want to go and don't want to go all the way up to Renfrew on a Saturday night to see 63 turnovers and 5 shots and no fight. You know, I just want to go and be entertained. I just want to go and see the team give a performance where it looks like they could be arsed, and it's been lacking this season. And this is, I've noticed this, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, there's a direct correlation between my NHL team's performances and the Clan. See, when the Clan are good, Toronto were shite, and the 2 seasons that Toronto have been good, the Clan have been shite. And I don't get it. Why can't I just have my 2 teams be good?
Because you can't have your cake and eat it, that's why. No.
I suppose that's I don't like cheesecake. I'm lactose intolerant. I can't have it. I don't know what cake do I have. Shortbread or something. I don't know. Caramel shortcake. I like that. So it's just I want to go and be entertained, and that's. I missed the Manchester game because I was away. That sounded like an entertaining one, but I was at Fife when we lost 7-1, and I was at something else, I think, where we got humped as well. So. No, it's not been I've not attended as many games as I would have liked to for various reasons, and that's coming for me with a season ticket. But you know, I'd like to Saturday, which I will be going to. I won't be going on Friday either, but Saturday I want to go. Hopefully, we can put in a performance. Whether there's these 3 mystery players or not, I don't know. But if we go, just see the team give a bit of fight, build on what they had on Saturday. We'd call Sunday a write-off again. Just try and build from Saturday and get a buzz about the place again, because it's just a sterile atmosphere at Braehead just now. You know, nobody can be bothered. They're watching crap and they just want to go home for the most part. So
you've seen a lot of people that the turnout for the Fife away game was horrendous. It's you know, somebody tweeted a picture, and it's probably the lowest it's ever been that I can remember. Now that's not going to bother us because we don't get any money from that away games. But you're right. There are more and more people just getting a bit peed off, but you know, this could be turned around. It could be, as you say, if we get a couple of good guys in and we start just competing, and you know, we don't necessarily need to be winning all the time. We just have to be going and not getting blown out 7-1 in our own arena, Stuart, isn't it?
Well, exactly, yeah. It's. I think it's like Stephen said, and I think, do you know what, we say this plenty, like when we're talking to each other in the arena. You don't even have to win every single damn game, but what you do need to do is compete in every game. And like I would genuinely be able to put up with it a hell of a lot more if they were going out there and leaving everything on the ice, if it was just a case of they're trying their hardest, they just can't win, but they're trying, you could understand it a bit more. You'd still be annoyed we're losing, but you could understand it a bit more. They're going out there, and there are players that you know for a fact have got the skill to play at that level. You've seen them do it, but they're not doing it all the time. They're not doing it consistently, and that's what's most annoying about it, is the fact that you've seen what they can do, so why aren't they doing it consistently?
Yeah,
I disagree to a point. I said it 2 weeks ago. I think we have a quality problem.
We do have players that aren't good enough, but we do have players.
With some players we've got.
There's no doubt.
It's not all of them. It's not all of them.
But I would suggest that the ones that perhaps could be playing better than they are probably not as many as the players who, quite frankly, I think are just maybe not the quality that we need.
Yeah.
In this league.
I don't even think it's necessarily their actual physical ability. I think it's maybe more a mental problem. They're not the right attitude. They're not the right character for this league, and that's why they're not playing well enough for us. Is they're not the right fit. They're not the right people. But I don't think it's necessarily that they're all crap. They're all low quality. Although there are a few in there who are very questionable. I just think we've maybe not got the right guys for what we need.
And therein lies the quandary. I mean, I think, we've kind of done our time in, and I certainly have tied myself in knots trying not to trip myself up, to be honest. But, the point the biggest point I think we can all make is that we're all here and we're all wanting to be in the same direction. We're all pushing for the club to be better. I don't know about you guys. This is certainly becoming a chore every week. And that's the way it was when, we remember the start of last year, but it was this time last year we started turning it back around, and a win against Milton Keynes, if we went up to Fife and turned it around there, that would have been what had happened last year and would have mirrored it. But I think the difference between last year and this year, there's a few people that keep harping on, but you forget about last year. We weren't getting outclassed the same way we were getting outclassed this year. Last year we were beating our conference rivals. Yeah.
Last year was true. Not good. Last year was not good. However way you want to look back on it, it was not good. The one big difference was we were beating our conference rivals and failing miserably by and large against the Earharts. The problem that we've got this year is that even our conference rivals, obviously Fife, are hammering us. So that's taking a bad situation and making it worse.
Yeah, but some of the games have just been, we've never been at the races. I mean, we talked about 2 weeks ago how we had a record defeat in Cardiff. We've had a record defeat, equaling a record defeat, as a record defeat at home. The biggest margin, losing to Fife away. I mean, these are records you don't want to be beaten. It's the wrong type of records that we're making this just now. And that tells you that there's just something inherently wrong. We don't have to repeat the podcast of 2 weeks ago. And I don't think that winning against Milton Keynes and Edinburgh has fixed it, because they're probably the teams at the end of the year that will probably be 12th and 11th if it's not us. They're the teams that will be below us. We need to start picking up wins against, the Fifes of this world. We need to start going to Milton Keynes and winning. We need to start going to Guildford and winning, albeit, Guildford have had a good start. But, I used our budget a lot over the last couple of years in the podcast to say, well, you've got to remember we shouldn't be competing for the title. We'll probably only get the 5th, 6th budget. By the same token, if we have got the 5th, 6th budget, we should be further up the league than we are. So it works both ways. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, we could delve through these. We'll get more comments, but we're flogging a dead horse at the end of the day. We all know that there's something not right at the club. We all know that we need to get it fixed. We hear the cavalry are tooting their horn and they're on their way. It remains to be seen. We've got a very tough weekend. We've got Friday, and no matter what way you try to sell it, yes, we're mathematically not out the Challenge Cup, but Paul Thompson's already said he's playing Brad Day, and some of the kids will be getting ice time. They're through to the next round. They'll probably, unless some miracle happens, we should be putting Gary Russell in on Friday night, because the game was virtually meaningless. We've got the hard games to come against Belfast on Saturday night and Sheffield again on Sunday and away. They're the two we really need to try and focus on getting something out of. But the way we're playing, I mean, Graham, we used to do the old round the clock, round, what do you think we're going to get this weekend? You always said 4 points. I know you want 4 points, but you're really going to say 4 points against Belfast and Sheffield?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not happening.